There's a saying, the rich only get richer. This update proves that point exactly. Feels good to be streaming this again after a couple days off of it. I had no idea that the pet update was going to come out yesterday, but it totally did, and I'm hyped for it. So we're going to read the patch notes together and enjoy all the goodness that it has to offer. So here's the forum post for it. A new update to Skyblock Pet system has been released, including the taming skill. Awesome. New pets. Fine. Pet items. That's cool. Upgrading. That's what I always wanted. And more. So let's start with the taming skill and the pet score. I'm going to start by explaining the pet score. Each unique pet now gives a score based on its rarity. So that means like common gets 1 score, uncommon gets 2 score, rare gets 3 score, epic gets 4 score, and legendary gets 5. There are certain thresholds that you have to meet in order to increase your magic find. And magic find is honestly becoming one of the most important attributes of your profile right now. Especially, I think it's going to become even more important in the future with the dungeons update. So let's go back to the taming skill. So there's a new skill, like it's kind of similar, I would say it's similar to like carpentry, but I think it's available to every player, not just VIP plus. So taming XP is granted simply by leveling up your pets, and leveling skill gives you extra pet XP and pet luck. And that's, the pet luck is also, it's kind of similar to the magic find in that it's a new attribute to your profile. So there's new pets, you can get it at different places. We might kind of mess around and try to get a rock today, a pet rock. It doesn't do like anything, but I kind of want one. The pet items and candy. So each pet can hold 1 each, and they do different things. I kind of looked at them. We'll go through all of them that are in the shop together. I don't necessarily understand everything that they do yet. But yeah, they'll grant special abilities depending on what pet you put them on and the specialty of the pet, I believe. So they're in the shops. We'll look at the shops today as well. Pet candy came out. It's all in the carrot collection, which a lot of people kind of theorized that this was going to be the update where all the candy collection recipes were going to come out. They were all correct. I looked into them, just like everything else through this forum post, and I don't necessarily like the amounts that it gives in terms of like the price it costs to craft them. I think they need to be upped a lot. And I'll show you kind of what I mean with my pets in-game in terms of like how much XP I need to level up. And then I'll show you the recipes as well. So there's new NPCs, we will visit them in just a couple minutes here. And then they balanced a couple of the pets that already existed, so they changed the squid. I'm only gonna mention the important ones like squid, silverfish, and ocelot for me. So they changed the squid to something more useful. I don't know what that means because I don't have a squid pet. I really want one though. Silverfish, this one's huge. Buffed dexterity to always give haste 3. In the past, it only gave haste 2, which was basically the same thing as a minor set. So now with the legendary silverfish, which has dexterity on it, you no longer need a minor set, and you get haste 3, which means you'll get even more cobblestone from your cobblestone generators. This is huge for things like super compactor 3000s and more silverfish pets. So you're going to see the price of silverfish pets drop, and you're going to see the price of super compactors drop, which is insane. I am very excited about this change. So ocelots, to kind of end it off, they replaced the legendary perk evasion, which I actually hated because it's a foraging pet, it's not a combat pet, so this made no sense that it was on it in the first place. But they replaced it with tree essence, which actually gives you a chance to get XP every time you mine a tree. I'm going to test it today. I haven't tested it yet. It might be the new meta to getting XP. We will see. I don't know how effective it is. And then some small changes. They call it small, but there are a couple in here that are actually pretty big. For some players, this one's going to be huge. Made fishing rods only deal damage to fishing mobs to prevent AFK farming exploit. So finally, they've solved the whole combat level up problem when people were just farming AFK their level 50 combats. They buffed Blaze armors. I don't have either of those sets, so I don't really know how good that is. But I know a lot of people who use like Frozen Blaze and stuff. They did some pet menu changes, we'll look at that. They increased the max pets owned to 100. And then the top one here, it says increased mining and fishing pet XP by 50%. This is a big one. Fishing XP can actually be very good if you're like a really hardcore fisher. Mining XP was always low, so I'm glad that they did boost it by 50% on all minions. So for instance, if you do the cobblestone generator, it's going to give you 50% more pet XP than it used to, which is huge. Alright, so that is the those are the patch notes for this update, the pet update 2.0. Let's go back to the game, and we're just going to kind of start grinding, and I'm going to kind of show you why this update is high-key one of the craziest. Let's go to the pets. Let's just do the pets. So they added new NPCs like I mentioned in here. Let's talk to Cat first here. So Cat is the pet sitter. This one is amazing. It's like if you ever played Pokemon, it's like the Pokemon breeding center basically. You drop off your pet, you wait a few days, and then something happens when you pick it up. In Pokemon, it hatched an egg. In this, you can put in a common, uncommon, rare, or epic pet. That pet will upgrade to the next rarity. So I can put in something like my epic rabbit pet into Cat here. It costs like 900,000 coins, but if I do that and I wait 7 days, I will get a legendary rabbit pet instead of the epic. Zog over here is where all the items are. This is where you can buy all the pet items. Now, you can only have one item on each pet, but they do amazing things. So here's an all skills boost, which is insanely cheap for what it is. But then you have your individuals. They do their own respective pet XP area. So obviously like a farming EXP boost is going to plus 20% EXP for farming. And then you have the rare varieties of each, which double what the commons will. But the only rare variants are in the mining and the farming currently. I do expect them to release the other ones soon. So these next 4 here are very confusing to me because they all say similar things, but I can already tell they're very different in every way, shape, and form. So in these 4, let's start with the big teeth. It increases crit chance by 5. You might know that if you look in your skills, crit chance and crit damage are measured in percents. It's this reason why I'm very confused as to why this doesn't have a percent sign. I don't know what exactly an increase of crit chance by 5 is. What confuses me is if you look at the cost, it's 750,000 coins. If we go over to this one, the Iron Claws, you can read that it increases pets' crit damage by 40% and the crit chance by 40%. Now look at the price, it's 750,000 as well. Why would these two be the same price if this was 5% increase? So honestly, I have no idea what this does. But this one makes sense. This one makes sense. A 40% increase on both. This one is proper. This one is a complete unknown to me. I have no idea what this does. Honestly, it's anybody's guess. I think you're gonna have to buy it to find out, or we'll just wait a couple days for a forum post and we'll figure it out. Next is the Hardened Scales. This will just increase your defense by 25. I'm gonna just throw it out there. This defense increase is terrible for 1 million coins. Now let's look at the Sharpened Claws. Increases crit damage by 15. Like the big teeth, there's really no units to this one, so I don't really know how effective it is. Because again, crit damage and crit chance are measured in percents and not just numbers. And then the last one here is Bubblegum. It says your pet fuses its power with placed orbs to give them 2 times duration. Now, I'm assuming orbs means Radiant Power Orb, Mana Flux Orb, and Overflux. I don't think this is talking about the Farmer Crystal that you can place down, or the other one, which the name escapes me of the other one. I think it's the Wood Affinity Crystal. I don't think those work, because this is mentioning duration, not effectiveness, so I don't think that those will work with crystals. When I read this, I first thought, oh, you could put this on a legendary rabbit pet, which has an increase for farming minions, and it'll do insane production boosts with both the farming crystal and the bubblegum. But I don't think so. And then up here, you can finally you can sell pets without having to auction house them. George will just buy your pets. I don't know if it scales with the amount of XP it already has in it, or if it's just a base based on the rarity or anything like that. I have no clue. But maybe in the future, when I accidentally get duplicates or something, I'll have to check that out. So that is kind of the gist of what they added in this Pet 2.0 update. It's pretty much all contained in this house right here, which everybody's going to. Now I want to get to something that is both scary and awesome at the same time about this update. But I guess before I do that, I should mention again, this update, as many people speculated, has added many of the recipes that used to come in Carrot that said coming soon. They are now here. So let's look here. Simple Carrot Candy is the first one. It grants 10,000 pet XP. You basically just feed this to a pet. Of course, you can only feed one pet 10 candy in its lifetime. Once you feed it the 10th candy, it's locked out forever. So here's how you craft the first one. It's just 9 stacks of carrots, easy enough, but it only does give you 10k XP. That's in Carrot 2, by the way. In Carrot 6, sorry, I thought it was 5, 6, here's the second one that came out. The Great Carrot Candy, it's the upgrade to the Simple Carrot Candy, obviously it's in the middle. This one gives you 50,000 pet XP, but it costs 8 times 40 enchanted carrots. So it's slightly more expensive than the Simple. And by slightly, I mean that's complete sarcasm. It's thousands upon thousands of times more expensive. But that's an option if you really want to go for that. And then, in Carrot 8, you have the best candy, the Superb Carrot Candy. It's the Epic Candy. But this one grants you 250k XP per candy. But it does cost a pretty penny to do this. Not only do you need the 2 previous candies, but you also need, what is that, 24 golden carrots? Enchanted golden carrots, my bad. All in all, disgustingly overpriced. Highly do not recommend that. Because, if you look at my rabbit pet here, is only epic. It's not legendary. Just keep that in mind as we go through this. Now, if you looked at my progress bar, it's level 85. You'll notice that I've already gotten 300,000 XP towards it on this one level, out of 441,000. Now, if you recall back to what a Superb Candy does, a Superb Candy only gives you 250k XP. That is just about half of one level for me right now. And it's an epic pet. Imagine if this was a legendary rabbit pet. That is how overpriced the carrot recipes are right now. I'm betting they're going to significantly decrease how expensive they are. Yes, let's get to the exciting / scary part of this update, okay? Many of you know I like to farm pumpkins. Ever since the Skyblock came out, it's always been a meta to farm pumpkins for money, for XP, for everything. That's what I do, like 24/7. I just farm, I farm, I farm. It gets me high ranking in farming, high skill level as well. It also gives me a ranking in pumpkin collection. Not only has pumpkin mining become a meta again, it has become the absolute meta for everything you do. Now, more than ever, pumpkin farming is almost required in order to get to endgame. Endgame now is more pet-based than ever, and read the farming EXP boost here. Boosts your farming EXP by 25.5%. Just look at how much XP I get. sorry. I'm too fast. I gotta take my armor off for this. You'll notice that I'm getting about 7 farming EXP per pumpkin. Because this is a farming pet, this is a 1-to-1 EXP boost. Meaning for every 6.8 I get, like that, I get 6.8 EXP on this pet. Which also means, in the new skill right here, the taming, I also get 6.8. Now let's say I was using the guardian pet for some reason. I just really wanted to get it up in levels. Now I'm getting 5.4 farming XP. But because this is a combat pet and not a farming pet, I'm not getting the 1-to-1 transfer over to farming EXP to pet EXP. Therefore, I'm not getting a 1-to-1 increase of taming. Basically what I'm saying is, the rabbit pet pumpkin farm combination is becoming, or has already become, the single most meta endgame strategy you could possibly do. Not only will this give you hundreds of thousands of coins just by selling all the stuff, it also upgrades your taming, which gives you pet luck, which, let's read what pet luck does here. Pet luck increases how many pets you find and gives you better luck when crafting pets. This is basically just a moneymaker here. It's completely just overpowered right now. So the meta is to get as much pet luck as possible, grind out pets, sell the pets, and you're a millionaire instantly. Guaranteed that's going to be the meta in the next coming weeks. So that is exciting for me because I'm already a huge pumpkin farmer. But because everybody is doing this, I am starting to slip in rankings here, people. This is scary. Yesterday, before the pet update came out, I was ranked in the top 800 farmers. I logged on today and I was barely within the top 1,000. I slipped almost 200 spots overnight because people found the meta instantly. Similarly, I fell 20 pumpkin spots somehow. I'm slipping already, and it's only been, what, about 24 hours since the pet update came out? So unfortunately, that means I gotta up my game a little bit in terms of pumpkin farming. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys everything that's in the new update here, and kind of inform you on the new meta, just to prepare you for a lot of pumpkin farming if you want to get far in the game. Otherwise, you're gonna be left behind. I'm gonna guarantee that. I'm gonna put a 100% guarantee stamp on that. If you don't farm pumpkins, you will be left behind. You will be stuck in mid-game for the rest of your life in Hypixel Skyblock. The only way to break out of it right now is to farm pumpkins, sell your pets, sell the pumpkins, get rich, buy everything you need, then you're good. Then you're fine. Everything will come to you. This is what I meant by the rich get richer. By the pet update is basically only going to benefit the really hardworking players and the ones who already have everything set up in order to make money off of this update. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to say about the pet update in a condensed form. The stream's going to be pretty normal from now on. I just wanted to kind of update everybody on what the heck is going on in Skyblock right now, because in 24 hours everything kind of changed. This kind of happened with the Bazaar, but this time everything did change. It seems subtle, but this is a huge change that'll put many people behind and bring many people up to the top of the Skyblock hierarchy. But I am super excited about this pet update. It's probably one of the best ones that they've done. I would say that the two best updates were the pet update V1 in the first slot, and then right after that, this update. But yeah, my opinions on the whole pet update as a whole, I really do like it, but there's a lot of balancing issues that I can already see. Nobody's going to farm that many carrots for all those recipes, especially when they don't do much in the long run. 250k XP for pets is basically nothing, and it all stems back to what I'm doing right now, the meta, farming pumpkins. If you, oh, speaking of, I don't have my rabbit pet out, rip. If you don't do this, you're insane. This is a no-brainer right here. Farming pumpkins is an absolute no-brainer at this point. Sometimes all it takes, that's a lot of spider noises. What on earth? After this, we're probably gonna go We can do Revenants. I need to do Revenants sometime today. Let's do Revs. I think another method for farming good pet XP is doing Revs, honestly. I think doing Revs might be another easy taming XP boost. Just because they drop so much XP to begin with. And if you pair that with a combat pet like I'm doing right now, I mean, honestly, this might be equal, if not better, to the pumpkins now that I think about it. No Foul Flush that time. There's a pretty high chance of getting Foul Flush, just because of the 10% Magic Find boost on Skyblock right now. And now that the pet update came out, you have even better Magic Find, depending on how many pets you have. Also, I don't know if I showed this, but your Magic Find only goes up to 5, which kind of sucks. You don't know how to make pumpkin farms. I'm thinking about making a tutorial on it. It's super simple. It'll be like a 5-minute tutorial, honestly. What to do? Oh, I forgot. Let's check out the tree essence thing. This is the new ability on the Ocelot that I mentioned from the patch notes at the beginning here. Let's see how much XP you actually get with the new ability, the tree essence ability. So let's find a tree. Here we go. I did see my EXP go up a little bit. Okay, it's not as substantial as I would have hoped. Then again, I am level 263, so the XP barely changes the bar at all. Yeah, I don't think it's actually as good as I was hoping it was. That's unfortunate. So I was hoping it would be better than what it is. Okay. Well. Did you guys like that? Did it scare you? Did you think I was going to lose 16k? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was actually a blast today. I had a lot of fun.